So hello, we are taking up rational numbers for today. Let's start the discussion. Do you know what are rational numbers? So rational numbers are in the form of p by q. You can say that these are fraction, but where both of the parts, numerator as well as denominator, both of the parts are integers. Now question is, what are integers? You know, on number line we have 0 at the mid. Then on the left hand side we have negative numbers. On the right hand side we have positive numbers. Can I say because they are starting from 0 on the right hand side, these are whole numbers? And here you have negative. So whole numbers including negative numbers, or you can say negative, 0 and positive numbers are integers. So the condition for rational number is they have to be in the form of p by q, where both p and q have to be integers, and make sure denominator is not 0. Because if you have denominator as 0, it is not defined form. Okay? It is not defined. So other than 0, it can be anything. Alright? Let's recap some of the numbers. You know what are natural numbers? Which start from 1. Yes. All those numbers like 1, 2, 3, counting up till infinite. Then what are whole numbers? They start from 0. Right? Can I say every whole number is natural? Every whole? 0 is not a natural number. Correct. So this is false statement. Can I say every natural number is a whole number? Yes. Because starting from 1, whole number comprises of natural number. Right? Okay. Tell me what are prime numbers? Before understanding prime numbers, you should know what has happened to my writing. Just bear with me. So before going ahead with prime numbers, you should know what are factors. So let's say I have 72 and I need to do prime factorization of 72. That means factor it in the prime number form. So divide it. 2 3s are 6, 2 6s are 12, 2 1s are 2, 2 8s are 16, 2 9s are 18, 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3. So you can see these are the factors of 72. Can you think of splitting of 2 further? 2 can be split into 2 and 1. Then what about 3? 3 can be split into 3 into 1. So those numbers which have only 2 factors, 1, the number itself, and the 1. So these are prime numbers having 2 factors, the number itself and 1. Okay? If you talk about opposite of prime, that is composite numbers. So composite numbers have more than 2 factors. Okay? More than 2 factors means, see, 1 and itself are the factor of every single number. But apart from those 2 factors, if let's say 4. So we know 1 and 4 are the factors of 4, but it comes in the table of 2 also. So it has more than 2 factors, so it is a composite number. What about co-prime numbers? Tell me, do you know how to find out HCF? Let's say I have 4 and 8 here. So take LCM. 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2. 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2. What is common in between these two? 1 2 and 2 2s. So I can say that this is the highest common factor multiple. 4 is the HCF. So when let's say I have 4 and 9 now. So 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2. Now tell me what is common. Other than 1, nothing is common. So those numbers, they have to be in pairs when they have nothing common except 1. So their HCF has to be 1. For example, 4 and 9, 5 and 7, and so on. Okay? Now tell me what are even numbers. Yes, which are divisible by 2. And what are odd numbers? Which cannot be divided by 2. Okay? So I think you are ready with the base of mathematics. Let's get started with a few questions, properties and all from rational numbers. Okay? Here you can see we have a few properties written here for rational numbers. One is closure, next is commutative, then associative, multiplicative identity and additive identity. So let's start with closure. You know, closure has a root word, close. So because we are talking about rational numbers, so let's take two rational numbers. Can I say 2 and 3 are two rational numbers? Yes, because I can write 2 in the form of p by q, 2 by 1, then 3 as 3 by 1. Now add them. What will you get? 5. So have you seen that you have taken two rational numbers and you get a rational number only? So when result has a closeness with the property of their original values, then we say that yes, rational numbers under the operation addition holds closure property. Are you getting my point? Let's say if I have to check for the operation multiplication, I'm taking minus 5 by 7 multiply minus 21 by maybe 10. So minus gets cancelled with minus. 7 ones are 7, 7 threes are 21, 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. You will see that even if it was negative and it was a negative number, though they were, in fact they are rational numbers. And now I'm getting a rational number. So I'll say that yes, for multiplication, rational numbers hold closure property. Because when you multiply two rational numbers, you get a rational number in result. Let's talk about subtraction now. If I have minus 5 by 2 and minus 1 by 4, now let's say plus 1 by 4. Now plus minus is minus. Take LCM. LCM of 2 and 4 is 4. Now to make this 4, you need 2. So you have to multiply it in numerator also. So 5 twos are 10 with minus sign plus 4. What have you got? Minus 10 minus 4 is 6 because 10 is greater, so negative sign. Right? So 2 threes are 6, 2 twos are 4. What have you got? Minus 3 by 2? Yes or no? That's why just a bit I have written here 4. What it has to be? Just a second, I'm erasing it. Okay. It has to be minus 10 plus 1, correct? Because you are multiplying this with a 2. Not this numerator has to be same. So what have you got? Minus 9 by 4. Again, it is a rational number, be it negative or positive. So we can say that closure property is held by subtraction operation also. Now let's talk about division, okay? Let's talk about division. Let us assume 1 and 0. Are these two rational numbers? Yes. Now let's divide 1 by 0. Tell me, what is 1 by 0? 1 by 0 is not defined. So can we say that for division rational numbers holds closure property? No, not at all. Rational numbers do not hold closure property for division because they have an exception. And with exception, we say that this condition is false. Okay. Now let's move on to commutative property. For commutative, you have to figure out which operation you are choosing. Let's say we have for addition. Okay. If you add two numbers, let's say 2 and 3, these are rational numbers. We are talking about rational numbers only, okay? 2 and 3, it is 5. Now let's change the order. Can I write 3 before 2 and then add? Is the result same? Yes. So if A plus B and B plus A is equal, irrespective of their order, whether A comes first or B comes first, then we will say that yes, addition is commutative. Now tell me, is this true for negative also, for subtraction also? 3 minus 2 is 1. Now I am changing its order, 2 minus 3. So if you take away 2 from 3, it is 1, but 3 is greater, so it will be having negative sign. So are these equal? No, these are not equal. So subtraction of rational number do not hold commutative property. Okay, subtraction does not hold commutative property. Is it clear? Now let's talk about associativity. For that we have to take 3 numbers. Now let's check for multiplication also, because addition, it will go for addition. If I take ABC and change their order, firstly I am multiplying A and B together and then multiplying the result with C and then B into C, you will see that the answer is same. Let's take an example. If I am saying, okay, 2 into minus 3 into 2 and then 2 into minus 3 into 2. If I am firstly multiplying 2 into minus 3, what it is? 3 2s are 6, minus 6 into 2, that is minus 12. Now I am multiplying last 2, minus 6, that is minus 12. So we will say that for multiplication and for addition, associativity holds. Associativity is there. Correct? Now let's talk about multiplicative identity. I'm hoping that you are getting what I'm telling you, right? Okay. For multiplicative identity, just focus on the word identity, okay? What is identity? The existence, that particular number, right? So when you say identity, you have to consider one number and the result has to be same. Okay, now I have to apply multiply sign. Okay, if I want identity and result has to be same, so for addition what I need to be added to A? 0? Yes or no? So A plus 0 will be A. Yes or no? So hence 0 is the additive identity for addition. Okay, so whenever you add 0 into anything, you will get that number only. So hence 0 is the additive identity. Correct? Now if you talk about multiplicative identity, tell me, if you want to have, let's say you have 2 by 3, and if you take reciprocal of 2 by 3, that is 3 by 2, what will you get? 2 will be cancelled by 2, 3 by 3, you will get 1. So multiplicative identity is when you get 1. How can you get 1? 0 is the additive identity and 1 is the multiplicative identity. How can you get 1? By multiplying a number with its reciprocal to get 1. Yes or no? So this reciprocal is the multiplicative identity. Correct? Let's work on some of the questions based on these properties. Okay, tell me, if the question is minus 3 by 8 plus 1 by 7 and it is equal to 1 by 7 plus minus 3 by 8, which property it is? Yes, it is commutative property, because A plus B is equal to B plus A. You are changing the order with addition operation. Okay, so this is commutative. Now tell me which property it is. 2 by 3 minus 6 by 7 multiply 3 by 5 equals 2 by 3 multiply minus 6 by 7 multiply 3 by 5. Can you see this is multiplication? You have 3 numbers and you are pairing up 2 numbers. Firstly minus 6 by 7 3 by 5 and then 2 by 3 minus 6 by 7. You are changing the order. So it is associative, right? Now you have to find out the multiplicative inverse. Now I just shown you or told you about multiplicative identity, which is 1. Correct? But if you have to find out inverse, that means if you have 2 by 3, Just take reciprocal of it. You will get multiplicative inverse. Okay? And so minus 1 is to 1 by 7. Firstly solve this. What you do for mixed fraction, for turning mixed fraction into improper. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 plus 1, 8 by 7. Correct? You multiply these two and then add into numerator. 7 was a 7 plus 1, 8 by 7 with minus sign. So its multiplicative inverse will be reciprocal and put minus sign. Okay, next question is to get the product 1. Now you want that product, that means the result of multiplication as 1. So what has to be multiplied by 7 by 31? You know that this is the property of multiplicative identity, so definitely you will be requiring the reciprocal. Then only you will be able to get 1, right? So answer is 31 by 7. Okay, 31 by 7. Okay, tell me reciprocal of 1. You know 1, 2, 3, these whole numbers or natural numbers can be written as P by Q form, as in P by Q form, right? So what's the reciprocal? 1 by 1 only. So its reciprocal is 1 only. And if you have minus 1, you still have 1 in denominator. So if you take reciprocal, you will get minus 1 only. Yes or no? And if you have 0, you have 0 by 1 as a rational number form. But if you take its reciprocal, it will be 1 by 0, which is not defined. Okay? Let's move on to next part. Next question is, let y be the reciprocal of rational number x. So if you have a rational number x and if you take the reciprocal of x, that is 1 by x, this reciprocal is named as y. A bit complex, just try to understand the question. Let y be the reciprocal, let y be the reciprocal of x. Reciprocal of x is 1 by x. Now reciprocal of y is what? Reciprocal of y is 1 by y, because y can be written as y by 1. If you do 1 by y, that means you are reversing it. Then you have to reverse the left side also. You will get x. Yes or no? Okay. Next is minus 3 by 8 and minus 7 by 13, and you have to find out the reciprocal. Firstly solve it. You know, let me tell you about the sign conventions first. See, for addition and subtraction we use same rules, and for multiplication and division we use same rules as far as sign conventions are concerned. So let's say if you have minus and minus, for example minus 3, minus 2, or you have both of the numbers in addition. We are not writing anything here, so plus. So in both of the cases you have to add them up. 3 into 5, 3 into 5. Whenever they both are having same sign, you have to add. But the sign, remember, in addition and subtraction you have to consider the greater one. 3 is greater than 2, so 3 has negative sign, so result will also be having negative sign. Here 3 and 2, 3 is greater, so positive sign. Now let's say I have minus 3 plus 2 and 3 minus 2. So plus minus is minus. So 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. But which one is greater here? 3. That is minus 1. Which one is greater here? 3. That is plus 1. But in multiplication, when you do multiplication, remember, it doesn't matter which one is greater, whose sign has to come. No. If you have even number of negative signs, let's say 1 and 2. 2 is even. So these minus gets cancelled and you get positive answer. And whenever you have odd number of negative signs, that is only 1 minus here or 3 minus, 3 2s are 6 and you will get minus 9. Okay, same goes with division. If you have minus 1 by minus 2, your minus will get cancelled and you will get 1 by 2. And if you have minus 3 by 6, So minus will remain there. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6, minus 1 by 2 is the answer. Okay. I'm hoping that sign conventions are clear to you. Though you have studied them in teachers, in your previous classes, but still, it's a recap. Okay, now you have to find out the reciprocal. You know, sometimes we are misled by this question that, okay, just simplify it and we get the answer. No, always solve it, get it into simplified form, and then do reciprocal. So, I'm solving the question first. Negative gets cancelled with negative. Now, can I cancel anything else? No. 7 3s are 21 and 13 8s are 104. Correct? So this is my question basically. Now I have to do the reciprocal. So 104 by 21. Is it fine? Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, distributive law. In distributive property, what you are supposed to do, let's say I am writing here anything in terms of x, y, z. Any number can replace these x, y, z. Okay. Now you can see, because in between x and y you only have bracket, no sign is there, so it is multiplication. Alright. So what you need to do, you have to open a bracket, but with this operation, x multiply y, then plus x multiply z. X is with both of them. Or if you have to do converse, if question is given in this way, you can take common from the both sides, either sides of plus or minus sign. What is common? X is with both of them. You can take x out. What is left? Y plus z. Correct? So if we apply distributive law here, what we will get? This is minus, just a second, minus 1 by 4, 2 by 3 plus minus 4 by 7. Okay, so this will be, I have to distribute minus 1 by 4 because see, because it is outside the bracket, so minus 1 by 4 is with both of them. So distribute it, plus minus 4 by 7 into minus 1 by 4. Correct? Now, this is one entity, this is another one. If you can cancel it, just cancel it. See, 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. What I am left with? In numerator, minus 1 into 1, that is minus 1. In denominator, 2 into 3, that is 6. Now here, if I can cancel minus 1 and 4 with 4, what I'm left with? Plus 1 by 7, right? Now I have to simply take LCM and solve it. 7 6 are 42. I have to make it 42. So it has to be multiplied by 7. So in numerator I've got minus 7. And here 7 has to be multiplied by 6. So I've got 6 here. 7 minus 6 is 1. But which one is greater? 7. So minus sign. Hope you got it. Let's move on to the next thing. Okay, again distributive law. So what I can do here, let me rewrite it. So this is the question. I can distribute 1 by 5 multiplied by 2 by 7, then 1 by 5 multiplied by 3 by 8, right? These are two entities. Just solve them. Can I cancel anything here? No, no. Okay, so just multiply numerators and denominators separately. 2 ones are 2, 7 5s are 35, 3 ones are 3, 8 5s are 40. Now LCM of 35 and 40. So 5 7s are 35, 5 8s are 40. 2 4s are 8, 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are 2, 7 1s are 7. What are you left with? What is the LCM? 5 2s are 10, 2s are 20, and then 7 2s are 14. So 14 2s are 28 and 0. Correct? Now I need to multiply it with something so that I can get 280 in denominator. How would I do that? It is 35, right? So find out the combination which is 35 here. 7 into 5. Okay? Now just forget about these two. What are we left with? 2 2s are 4, 2s are 8. So that means I need to multiply it with 8 in both in numerator and denominator. Now if I have 40 and I need to make 280, 40 that is 5, 2s are 10, 2s are 20, 2s are 40. So I'm left with 7 only, correct? You can see 7 4s are 28, that is 280, right? So in numerator what I have got, 8 2s are 16, 7 3s are 21, that means 37 by 280. You know 37 is a prime number, it does not have more than 2 factors. So I'll leave my answer in this form only without simplifying it further because it cannot be simplified. I'm hoping that you got this. Let's move on to the next part. Okay, now question is saying use suitable rearrangement and find the sum. First up, 4 by 7 plus minus 4 by 9 plus 3 by 7 plus minus 13 by 9. You know what I can do to simplify it? If I take LCM here, 9 7s are 63. That can be done. But if question is insisting us to have a suitable rearrangement, let's take like denominators together. It is 7 in denominator. So let's bring up 3 by 7 here. Then minus 4 by 9 plus minus 13 by 9 because they both have 9 in denominator. Now I can solve it easily because LCM is same. So numerators get added simply because I need to make it 7. So I need to simply multiply it by 1, right? So I don't need to multiply with anything. 4 plus 3, 7. Now here, this is minus 4, this is minus 13. Minus minus plus, 13 and 4, 17. But minus sign. Correct? Now you can see here, can I do 7 cancel with 7? So I'm left with 1. This is plus minus, minus. Okay? Because plus and minus here getting multiplied. So only minus will be left, right? So this question is of this form now. 1 minus 17 by 9. This question is very easy now. You know why? Because now I can write 1 as 1 by 1. And now I need to make it 9 only. Right? How can I do that? By multiplying it with 9. So LCM is 9 is a 9. Minus 17. That is 8. 17 minus 9 is 8, right? Which one is greater? 17, so minus sign. Getting my point? Would you be able to do this part from homework? Let me rewrite it. 7 by 10, 3 by 7 plus minus 3 plus 5 by 14 plus minus 4 by 5. Okay. These two are like terms, minus 5 and minus 3. Can I write them as minus 8? Because 5 and 3, 8. 5 is greater, minus sign. Now, this is 10 and this is 5 here. These are each other's multiples. So, can I take them together? And then 7 times 2 is 14. So, let's bring them together. So, these together, this one together. Is it fine? Yes or no? Now try solving it. Remember, you need to just go through questions, solve it, take a pause, and then check the answer with this video, okay? Alright, minus 8 plus. You know LCM of 10 and 5 is 10. So I have 10 here, so numerator will be simply written plus minus minus. How can I make this 5 as 10? 5 2 is a 10. So I need to multiply minus 4 with 2. So minus 4 2 is a 8. Right? Plus this is LCM of 7 and 14, that is 14. I need to make it 14. So multiply by 2. Same with numerator. So 3 2s are 6. Yes or no? Minus 8. 8 minus 7 is 1. Because 8 is greater, so minus. 6 and 5 is 11. Yes. Now you know the LCM of 10 and 14. Can you solve it? 2 5s are 10, 2 7s are 14, 5 1s are 5, 7 1s are 7. So 5 2s are 10, 7s are 70. Now you have 2. leave this minus 8 at the moment. Okay, now this is minus, you can write it plus here. Okay, minus, you need to make it as 70. Can I do it by multiplying it with 7? I'll get 7 here, and to make it 70, 14 5s are 70. If you don't know the tables, though you have to learn them, but see, 14 is here, 7 times 2, what is left? 5. So multiply 11 5s are 55. What are you left with? 55 minus 7, that is, because 55 is greater, so plus sign. 15 minus 7, 8 and 7, 15. Is it correct? Yes or no? Okay. 48 minus 8 is 40. 48 is greater, so positive sign. 0 can be cancelled with 0. 4 by 7 is the answer. I'm hoping that you are clear with this. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this is easy peasy, but it is the reverse of previous questions which we did. You know how? Because we have to take out common. This is plus. You know what is, let me rewrite, 1 by 2 into 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 into 6. Do you know, along with this addition sign, if you see both of the sides of this addition sign, you'll find out that 1 by 2 is there. Can I bring out 1 by 2? What is left? 1 by 4 plus 6. Yes or no? Okay. Now 1 by 2. Can you solve it? It is easy. You have to cross multiply. 1 1s are 1, 6 4s are 24. If you don't know the pattern of cross multiplication, you can learn it. I mean, you can comprehensivize it using this form. 4 1s are 4. So in order to make it 4, you need to simply multiply by 1 and here with 4. Yes or no? So 1 plus 24. Okay, now 25 by 4. Yes, don't cancel it. I'm just repeating it. Please don't do this 2 6 are 24 or 2 2s are 4, because this is wrong. Why wrong? 2 4 24. Let me rewrite. Why it is wrong? Because you have to solve brackets first, and in brackets you have addition here, then division. Nothing can be cancelled. So 25 1s are 25, 4 2s are 8. This is the answer. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now again you can simply do it. 1 by 5 can brought out, right? 1 by 5 can be brought out, so 2 by 15 is left here, minus 1 by 5 is out, so 2 by 5. In fact, you can take 2 also common. 2 as common, so 1 by 15 minus 1 by 5. Yes or no? Now you know what's the LCM of 15 and 5? 15. So 1 minus, you have to make it 15. If you can directly do so, you can do. 5 3s are 15, so 3 1s 3, right? So this will be 2 by 5 multiply. If you subtract, 3 minus 1 is 2, 3 is greater, so minus sign. Now is anything get cancelled? No. So minus 4, 2 to the 4, 15 5s are 75. Is it clear? This is the answer. Now here you have to apply distributive law using distributive property. Minus 3 by 5 into 3 by 7 minus 3 by 5 into minus 5 by 6. Okay. There is another way also. You can simply solve this inner bracket and then multiply the result by minus 3 by 5. But if question is specifically asking you to use property, you have to do so. Okay. Let's multiply now. Minus 3 3s are 9, 7 5s are 35, minus minus plus, 5 3s are 15, oh 5 gets cancelled and 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6. So we are left with 1 by 2 only. Yes or no? Okay, so 35 2s are 70, minus 9 plus, you know, to make it 70 you need to multiply it by 35. So this is 35. 35 minus 9. 15 minus 9, 6. You can simplify it more. 2 ones are 2, 2 threes are 6, 2 threes are 6, 2 fives are 10. Yes or no? So 13 by 35 is your answer. Next is, you can expect some of the case-based question in which you have to figure out whether you need to divide, subtract, add, or apply distributive law. For example, just a simple bit, you have done it earlier as well, where cost of 19 by 4 meter of wire is given to you. So cost of 19 by 4 meter wire is rupees 171 by 2. You need to find out cost of 1 meter. So you know which operation is applied here. 171 by 2. This 19 by 4 will be taken into transpose form. So it will go into division. Now you know how to do division of rational numbers. You need to convert it into multiplication by taking reciprocal of second one. Alright? Yes or no? Just remember, when you have to do division of rational numbers, you need to divide. You need to just operate multiplication but with reciprocal. Would you be able to do it? Okay. Now cancel. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4. And 19 nines are 171. So 9 twos are 18 is the answer. And which unit I have to place? Because I need to find out, I was supposed to find out cost, so rupees 18. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. By what number should we multiply minus 15 by 20? See, this has to be multiplied by somebody, some number, so that the product, the result is minus 5 by 7, right? Okay, so can I consider it as any number, any random number, x, y, z, any variable? Let's keep it here. This multiply with will go on to the right hand side in division form, yes or no? Because we do transpose from plus it goes to negative, then multiplication to division, division to multiplication, and so on. Now again, division has to be converted into multiplication. Minus gets cancelled. 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are 15, so 20 ones are 20, 7 threes are 21. Is it fine? Now, next question is, find the sum of additive inverse and multiplicative inverse of 7. Okay, firstly, I need to find out additive inverse of 7. Do you know what is additive inverse? We just studied about additive identity. When I have a number, I need to add something to it to get 0. 0 is the additive identity of every number in addition. But if I have to find out additive inverse, that is the opposite sign. Because you know what can be added into 7 to get 0? Opposite of 7. 7 minus 7 will become 0. Yes or no? If I ask you what has to be added into minus 7 to get 0, it will be plus 7. 7 minus 7, 0. Right or no? Right or wrong? Right. So I have to find out additive inverse of 7. It will be minus 7, opposite sign. Then multiplicative inverse of 7 is reciprocal. It is 7 by 1. It will be 1 by 7. Now what I'm supposed to do is add them, sum. How can I do so? So 7 was a 7. Just cross. 7 sevens are 49 plus 1 ones are 1. It will be minus 48 by 7. I'm hoping that you have got all of the topics which we touched upon in this unit. If you have any doubt, you can comment. Thanks for watching this channel. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.